Today's cardio and sculpt class will include the weights a little more than halfway through. We'll be doing some arm sculpting. If you'd like to carry the small weights with you throughout the beginning, you're welcome to do that. So we're just going to stand for a moment and notice our breath. Noticing where we can direct the breath. Just looking for directing, at least before we get started. A lot of movement in the rib cage all the way around. And noticing your heart rate. And then we're going to just warm up the wrists. Maybe the fingers a little bit. We'll be gripping those little weights. And then we're going to do arm cars, 3 in each direction. I'm not going super slow. We've got a cardio class coming up, so I'm keeping the pace a little bit on the fast side. 2 and 3, and then 1 and 2 and 3. Beautiful. Okay, how about a little bit of a hip car? So moving the femur around in the hip, holding on to my hip so that I don't get too much movement. Of course, a little movement happens, but we want to really prevent the spine from getting going and the hip swinging around. Really feels like it wants to happen. Stay tall in that standing leg. Good. Shake that out. And we are going to start with a squat. If you are not a deep squatter, it's totally fine. I suggest taking a slightly wide position and just looking for finding weight in your heels and even a small bend, and then really pushing up through your heels and feeling your bum squeeze. You could also do this sitting on a stool, or a bar stool would be a really cool idea, so you're not getting a lot of movement. You're not going up and down, but maybe you can see about just hovering off that bar stool a teeny bit. Okay, so now I am going to take this a little bit lower and really get serious. So I'm going to squat and squat, sending my bum back. So I'm not going super deep. It's almost like a pulse. And actually I'm going to stop and do that. I'm going to pulse down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and pulse up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to choose to stop here, and I'm going to open and close a book. You can do it with straight legs and don't stay in the squat. That's totally fine. So there are 2 options with the book. Here's the book that closes, and you can reach and rotate a little in your rib cage. You can control how far. You don't have to get one hand to one wrist. Or you can do it like so and just be looking at, with this really straight hand, how far can I cross my body? That's cool too. Whatever you think you'd like to be doing, however much twisting you are comfortable with. Excellent. And we are going to turn to the right. And we're going to take that left leg and pull it in. And we're just going to start. There we go. Now I've got a tempo going. It doesn't always work. It's okay. Woo! And back into my squat. My arm is here. I'm either going to just move my arm in the socket, feeling a little bit of stretch, or I'm going to rotate just a little bit more, moving my rib cage. So today I'm not pressing or pushing the rotation, not trying to touch my other arm. Totally not necessary. I've chosen to stay in this squat position. As you know, you don't have to. Do whatever makes you feel like you've got the most amount of control. All right, and then we turn. This side is easier for me because I don't have a blank wall to look at, and it really does make a difference. And notice I've got my back on a stick, so I'm not tucking my tail. Great. And we're just gonna pulse a couple more times. I know it's crazy, your bum's probably really alive. And now we're gonna half jack. And of course, if you wanted to be doing this with weights, you can. And you can do this with as much oomph as you want. You could make it, or you can make it a little less of a punch, a little less of a squat, because yep, a little squat action happens here, doesn't it? Okay, then we're going to toe touch. So I'm just going to move my hands in a little tricep type action. Not really a lot going on there, but I'm preparing myself for the fact that it's going to happen near the end. Good. So you could be doing a little hop if you wanted. Keep toe touching otherwise. You can have this hop or not. Good. Keep going. And we're going to march it out and notice our breath. So just stop for a moment. If you feel like you can close your eyes, just notice. I feel more movement in my rib cage, which is wonderful. Okay, we're going to go again. So what we're going to do is we're going to squat and curtsy, squat and stand. So, squat, curtsy, squat, stand. So squat, curtsy, squat, stand, squat, curtsy, squat, stand, squat, curtsy, squat, stand, squat, curtsy, squat, stand, squat, curtsy, squat, stand. You can do this with more tempo, of course. Good. Ooh, that was something, wasn't it? We're going to go into that curtsy and we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. So now we're going to do it to the other side. Squat, curtsy, squat, stand. Squat, curtsy, squat, stand. Squat. I always want to do the curtsy first. Squat, stand, squat, curtsy, squat, stand, and squat. Curtsy. Is your butt still going back? Squat, curtsy, squat, stand, squat, curtsy, squat, stand, and again. And one more. Whoa, let's get it right. And then we're going to go back. Got it? Get that bum going back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And other side. Shake that out. That's a good thing, right? Okay. Just going to do a teeny bit of marching. So your marching can be something like this. Or if you want, you can turn your marching into a little skip. Up to you. So march, get those arms swinging, or skip. or do both. March, 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 or skip, 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 skip. March, 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 skip, 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 skip. Excellent. Okay, shake it, shake it. And we're going to pick up those weights. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a little pitchfork type arm, and we're just going to pull back. 2, notice my feet are wide. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now if you feel that up in your neck, you of course know you would go lower. Okay, then we're going to straight arm pulse back. Think about this. If you're here, that's internal rotation. If you're here, that's external rotation, and you're going to feel it in a different place. I want you to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now for some fun. Your deltoids are going to work here. I love a little motion. Out and in front. Out and in front. You don't have to be doing my little knee bend squatty motion. Keep this out of your neck. Don't go so high that it bothers your neck. I bet your heart rate's going up now. Maybe not before, but it is now. Okay, and then pull back. Get those biceps working with your hamstrings. 3, 4, like that. Can you keep going? We're going to move into a punch. So just so you know ahead of time, and you can choose to punch pretty low if you'd like. We did some things that could have gotten into your neck, and we don't want more of that. So we can, I'm just doing a little run, keep my heart rate up. Punch, 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 punch. I like it with a toe tap today. You can do whatever height you want. You can change the height. Good. Have some fun with it. Move it around. It doesn't have to always be the same. Notice how you get support from your core throughout, but you might feel a little different on the back of your body depending on the height that you punch. Just notice. Great. Okay. And we are so lucky. We're going to half jack, but we don't have to punch up. We can half jack like so. The height you want to do. You can play with different heights. See how it feels. Notice your back again. Notice the support in the middle, support from your core. Exhale. Really feel that core support. And now, triceps. So, you are standing still for a moment. It's okay. We hold. So 2, and we hold. And 3, and we hold. And 4, and we hold. And 5, and hold. 6, and hold. 7, and hold. 8, and hold. Beautiful job. Okay, we're going to walk it out for a second. Up to you as to whether you're going to turn or you're going to do what I'm doing, and you walk forward and then you walk back. Forward and back. Totally up to you. You could turn around like that and walk forward again. I really like the challenge of walking back. And if you want to keep it up, you could always do a little faster move. I almost feel like I have to bend my elbows to go with this. But we can do it like this, a little faster, a little bit more like a jog. Good. And you know what we're gonna do, one more tricep. So here we are, 1 and hold, 2 and hold, and 3 and hold, 4 and hold, 5 and hold, 6 and hold, 7. Here's the last one. Really give it a nice hold. Beautiful. All right. One last little walk it out. And let's do it. If you're up for it, we're going to see if without looking, we can walk the edge of a mat. Just finishing off our little bit of balance, coordination. Beautiful. And let's take a moment, put our weights down, and check in again. So I'm closing my eyes. I'm noticing a freedom of movement, which is really lovely. Yes, my heart is racing, but I feel really fluid, and my rib cage feels like it's really moving. I hope you enjoyed this quick little class.